Hello, hello, hello. Okay, as promised, it's another solo. This one, I'm kind of talking about some of the things that are coming up for me and that we're starting to roll out that you guys will be part of, if you'd like. I am very honored this summer to be speaking at several shows. It's something I've always wanted. And it's like, I'm so honored that, Dallas Market Center is having us back this summer to do the lives. I'm speaking at the H&H America show. I'm actually leaving for that next week. So by the time this comes out, will have already been done. I'm teaching a masterclass and I am doing a keynote speech. Not the keynote, there's other speakers. So I'm just speaking, but I'm doing a deck. I'm showing a deck that is basically the top 10 tips I learned in anthropology. And I have a lot of tips that I learned from anthropology, but I'm kind of curtailing these for different shows and for different venues. So H&H America show is it is a crafting show. There's a lot of quilting, crafting stores. There is yarn. There is sewing machines, tools for crocheting and knitting. And there's fabric people. There's the book companies that put out like Gibbs Smith and some others that are going to be there that put out books on crafting and sewing and embroidering and knitting and whatnot. There are some amazing gift items that all have to do with crafting. There is also made goods, like there's some incredible bags. There's one of the things I think I was blown away with, what I love the most, that I actually want one, is this beautiful leather kind of side. It's basically a sewing like pouch that you put your scissors in and you're knitting, and like they're for dressmakers, but they're so rad. Like I want one for me for the job sites, because it's like everything you need is right there. It's kind of like a super hip fanny pack, but it's meant for dressmaking. So I'm seeing all these amazing things. So each of these shows is different. The last one that will be for the end of summer after the gift show circuit for me will be, I'm one of two keynote speakers for the garden show in Chicago, which I am beyond excited about. But one of the things when I promised I would do an additional solo, I also said I was going to do a blog post every month. And what's happened is I get super busy, I get super ADD, super overwhelmed. And then next thing you know is that, I'm sitting there trying to figure out what to talk about on the blog. And it's like, one, I don't want to annoy, because the blog goes out for emails. If you're interested, you can sign up. You can add your email list name to the mcdesigncollaboration.com website, or you can add it to the retailhorrorpodcast.com. To that blog or mail list. You can also DM us and send your email that you're interested in it. But I ride a fine line of wanting to send out these emails and whatnot, because you all know I've signed up to things that you're interested in, and it's suddenly a barrage of emails. And I get it. Like, I don't want to be that, oh God, there's another email where you're not even reading it anymore. You're just literally deleting it. And my hope is with these blog posts that they are informational, you find value in them, that you're able to use the information I'm giving out. Same thing as some of these podcasts. And that's been part of the challenge. I talk so much on the podcast about, merchandising, display. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Reels, doing the same thing. Show me your stores, talking about all these things. So when it gets down to writing these blogs, I'm like, what the fuck do I write about? Like, what do you want to hear about? So what I came up with this morning, and I'm like, oh my God, the light bulb moment. Same thing I'm talking about the shows. I'm going to bring it down to the basics. We're going back to the basics. We're starting with the top things that I learned at Fred Siegel and anthropology. Most of them are anthropology because let's be honest here, that their standards are so high and they're very easy things to do. I just don't think a lot of retailers know about it. So rather than giving it, a minute here, 3 minutes there on TikTok and talking about it with a green screen, God, Say that 4 times. I am going to each month pick a different tip or a different standard or whatnot, and we're going to do a deep dive into it. There'll be photos. They will be explanations. I will have links to things that I love, like that plate stand that, everyone's asked me about, and I've tried to post it as much as possible that I use instead of the wire plate stands. But it will be stuff like that I really feel like you will have a lot of value in it. And I feel like you will honestly have tools that I'm giving you. And I'm also going to talk about the why some of these things are important. And I know some of these things seem, like, why would you do that? Why would I spend the extra money on plate stands when I already have them? Why would all those things. I'm going to give you the why. And a lot of it's going to be very honest. And like the one I can think of right now, don't treat your windows like a garage sale. Like, a lot of people don't want to hear that. A lot of people don't think their windows look like garage sales. But when you break it down into what a window display is supposed to be, it is your calling card. It's just like your front display is your calling card. Is what you have 30 seconds. That's even like a lot. It's 10 seconds. You have somebody's attention as they walk by. Does it have to be tricked out? No. But treating it like a garage sale is a big one. And a lot of people don't want to hear that. A lot of people don't want to hear, if your mannequin has broken fingers, you need to replace it. I know it costs money, but think of the message that you are giving people as they walk by, that your mannequin has a taped on finger, or it had a wig one day, it doesn't anymore. The tape is still on it, but yet you haven't put either a new wig on it, a hat, a scarf, whatever. But all of these things are the reason why Anthropology standard is so high. They are the reason why all of us love these windows. And some of them are very quiet messages. Some of them are very, like, you don't even realize why it looks so good, or why that store's windows look so amazing. Yes, the installations are a huge part of it, but there are things like that we're going to talk about, and we're going to dive deeper. I'm telling you now, it's one blog post, one email that's going to go out to everybody. You don't even have to sign up for it. You can go to the websites and read it, but it is one email I'm going to send out a month. I'm not going to barrage you with emails. Every now and then, I will tell you this, I am going to send out, I don't even know if this is going to come out, but if I'm doing webinars and the webinar is open to everybody, I will send out those emails as well so you can sign up. The reason why I said that is because we're doing an email for Emporia, and I think this will already be done by the time Emporia's webinar is over, because they've opened it up to all of our listeners and watchers and whatnot. So super excited. So those will be the only emails you're going to get from me. But I'm telling you right now, the blog email is going to be pretty lengthy and pretty detailed, and I hope that you guys read it. I know that for the most part, all of us have very short spans and very little time, to be honest, to sit there and read something. I'm so blown away how much you guys listen to these podcasts, and like now we're watching them, and that says a lot. It's not, everybody doesn't have the attention span of 5 minutes. Like, you guys are listening to an hour-long podcast, and that has beat all odds, because believe me, I've been told to keep them shorter. I try, I really do, but I feel like the most interesting content are unfortunately long form. So this top post is going to be a long form post. So my hope is that you enjoy it. So that's number one. Number two is we are going to be doing webinars. I've had so much fun creating these keynote speeches and these decks and these webinars for other people that I'm like, okay, let's do one this summer. I don't know if it's going to happen this summer. I'll be honest, and I need to be realistic with my schedule, is that they will most likely be in the fall, post show setup, post travel and whatnot, because while I am here in Oregon now, my days look very different. It's a much slower pace. It has given me a chance to create more content. It has a chance for me to do more show me your stores, which is content, but like, it's giving me more time to do these things. I am incredibly used to going to a job site every day, and all of a sudden you take it away, and my jobs, what I'm working on now, are more designing and more planning and more sitting at a desk and not hands-on. And for me, man, the hands-on is what I love more than anything. And to get my hands in merchandise, that is what drives me, like you do not even know. So with this, I've had fun with some of this time and some of this creating. So I am going to be doing, it will roll out in the fall. My show schedule, just so everyone knows, because I know a lot of you follow and a lot of you like to watch what we're setting up. I am doing Chicago, the H&H show this next week. I come home, I'm been signed on with 180 Degrees again. I've done their showroom prior, but it has been in the LA Stephen Young showroom when I was under Stephen's umbrella when I was doing their displays, and the boys would come in and they would change things for Glitterville, but 180 they would touch on, but for the most part I was doing 180 with Lisa. Now I am working for 180. I'll be doing their Atlanta show is the first showroom I'm setting up, and then I'll be doing the Las Vegas showroom. I'm super excited about that. I will also be in Vegas for Artful Trading, for Stephen Young as usual, and for Sales Producer. So that is where last time I will say this, it sounds like a lot, but honestly, last show season, granted, part of the time we were living there a little bit longer because of the situation of the move and whatnot. This time I'm only there a month. And then I'm telling you right now, after being there for 3 months, because we had Transpac and all those other jobs, it was a lot. And I'm so excited. I have a full plate, but it is only 1 month in Vegas. And I don't hate Vegas anymore. I think I said that prior. I used to hate Vegas. That was honestly I led conversations with, I hate Vegas. And I realized that, that speaking to the universe and it hears, every time I said that, it just, you put it out in the universe and it comes right back to you. And I will say the last time in Vegas, even though it was a horrible time, and those of you who know me and listen to the podcast and blah, 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 you know what went down. But I will say that during even some of that time, some of the nuggets that I found so amazing were going out to Red Rock. That was amazing. Going out to, I forget the other climbing national monument that's out there. Going out there and going with Dave and the dogs was even more amazing. Finding my community in a yoga studio, all these things that I never had time to do, I made time for this last time. So I'm super excited to go back to Vegas. I am very excited that I'm only there a month. I'm not going to lie, because this time I think that it's only going to be me. It's not going to be Dave. And it is hard living away from my husband and from the dogs. But what I have realized is that I'm okay doing these jobs and being away from home if I know when I am home, I'm home. And part of that is sitting at the desk, but I'm still home. I'm still with my family. I can get up, take the girls for a walk. I can go do a workout, whatever it is. I just realized that if I am willing to go away and I am willing to go live on these job sites for this long, the payoff will be being here and not having to travel and get home. Because usually, in the past, it's been live on a job site for 2 months, come home and have a couple of days off, and then go right back into my retailer's floors. I desperately miss working on a retailer's floor on a daily basis. I'm not going to lie, but I'm learning and finding my way of what work looks like now versus back home. And in this month's blog, I had said I had a conversation with my very close friend who I was with Fred Siegel with, and she had said, and she was a giant in the Fred Siegel world. She is a giant in the fragrance world. She had said, your work pace is not sustainable. And it's not the first time someone's told me that, and I understand that. But the reality is I am 57. I'll be 58 at Christmas. No, I am 58 now. Oh my God. I will be 59 at Christmas. And that is scary to think I'm going to be 60 in a very short amount of time. As fast as time goes, believe me, I'm going to be 60 before I know it. And I do need to have a realistic look of what work looks like for me. And does it mean going to a job site, pushing furniture and lugging merchandise back and forth all day? No. Does it mean I can't do it? Hell no. I'm always going to do it. I just don't think I need to do it at the pace I was doing. So while I will still do my retailers, I will see them 3 times or 4 times a year versus every other week like I was. That payoff is when I'm here, I don't have really any clients here. It means I'm back at my desk, and it means I have the ability to be here. So it's a switch, or it's something that I'm willing to switch out for. I'm willing to do this time if it means I have this time here. So there's that. So there's the show schedule. I will wrap up in Vegas. I'll be home for about a week, and then I'll head to Chicago for the last speaking engagement of the year. And then I'm going to be here, and then holiday setups, when that happens, we'll roll around to that. So there's that. One thing I was going to say is that with all of these engagements and whatnot, when there is a webinar that's open to everyone, I will make sure that I'm putting it out and I'm talking about it. There's that. The other thing that I'm really trying to focus on, and I really need your guys' support in, is the Show Me Your Store series. It has been so much fun to do these that I don't get paid, but it's building up the Zoom consults so you guys can kind of see how things work. But it is a fantastic opportunity to be able to work with me totally free through, it's something short, it's something free, but it is, you send me a picture or a video of your store. I was doing them on Instagram, but Reels is only, I think 90 seconds is the longest. And to try and get out everything I want to say in 90 seconds is virtually impossible. I mean, if it's a very simple solution, it's easy, but really by far and large, my hope is that I can give you some honest feedback. It's not to bash your store. I talked about this before. It's not to bash your store. It's really, you're sending me a photo or a video, hopefully both, and you are talking to me about what your challenge is. You can't get floor traffic back there. You don't have enough inventory. How do I make it look fuller? What props? What architecture do I need? How do you suggest displaying this window because it's a funky shape, or your floor pattern, or whatever it is? You're sending me this. We're doing it on TikTok now. I know everyone's got the issue with TikTok, but I will tell you, I don't hate TikTok. I mean, I'm not selling anything on TikTok. So for me, it gives me a platform to talk about just this: retail solutions, retail advice, retail how to, and it gives me up to 10 minutes. Do I think I'm going to use the whole 10 minutes? I doubt it. That's a damn long time. But what it does mean is that I'm able to really articulate and go back and forth in between photos in a green screen, where Reels is just like, it's the picture, unless I figure out there's another way, which there very may well be another way, and I don't know how to do it. But TikTok, I will say, has made it very easy to stop and start your video, change slides, show a video, whatever it is. It's made it very easy, and it's given you 10 minutes. So I know a lot of you have said, I don't know, I'm not on TikTok, I don't believe in it, I'm not on it, I'm only on Instagram. For the people that have reached out and said that for the last video that just went out, I will try and send it to you through a DM so you can at least watch it. I can't guarantee that's going to be forever, just because at this point now I'm having a hard time answering DMs and making sure they don't get lost in my DMs. Not that I'm that popular, but I respond to every single DM that I get, like every single one. And that's really important to me. But what happens is when you have 3 different Instagrams and you've got them coming in, I literally forget what I was doing, like where I was, what I was working on. So I'm just saying, I don't know how long I'm going to be able to send you the video through DM. If you email me this, I'm telling you right now, it's a lot easier for it not to get lost just for what I just talked about. So mcdesigncollaboration@gmail.com is my email. You can send the pictures, videos, whatnot. It'll be on TikTok. And the newest thing I'm doing, again, if I can do it, as long as I can do it, I'm going to, is jump on a video call with you for 5-10 minutes and just explain it even more in depth. Or if you have questions, that would be the time to do it. So sending your photos, videos, DM them or email. Email's preferred. Just like I said, shit gets lost. And sister's got major ADD. So there is that. That is super important. And really, I really hope that you will sign up for the emails as well. I know a lot of you don't like to give your email addresses, but some of this free stuff is worth it. I am also, there's one more thing and I'm trying to remember what it is. How did I forget the biggest one? The Zoom consults. Okay. So here's the breakdown on how the Zoom consults are going to work. If you are interested, we will have a link. You can go to the MC Design Collaboration website and you can pick a time, and we will have, how it works is we will have a pre-call. I'll explain to you how it works, what the dollars are, what the follow-up looks like, etc. The second call we are going to be on is a 2-hour deep dive. And this is like, we are going to be in your store, walking through your store. I'm going to be asking you questions. You're going to be telling me your challenges. And I'm literally like going to be looking at your store the same way when I walk through a retailer's floor. I will spend even the retailers that I work for now, the first hour I spend is really spent looking and kind of asking questions. How is this sold? Is this a reorder? Is this sold out? Or is it just not selling? All of the questions that I ask my retailers when I'm standing in their stores is a lot of what I'm going to be asking you. You are going to need to tell me a lot of what you need me for. Ideally, these are like as a store whole. This is my issue back here. This is my challenge over here. And within that 2-hour deep dive, I'm going to go back. You're going to send me photos also. You're going to send me detailed photos. I will send you a list of the photos I need. I'm working with the store right now. I've looked at their windows from the videos that we've had, but I've asked for, I want photos of your windows, what they look like at night, what your windows look like in the daytime, as well from the exterior, as well as from the interior, just so I have an idea. Like when you say we don't have much we don't have much traffic, but people don't know we're here. Like, I want to see what your windows look like. That is a big part of the puzzle. But a lot of these things are going to take time to walk through. And 2 hours is a long time to be on the phone with somebody. But it is 2 hours that is so important because it's literally just like I am standing in your store. So there's that. I will walk away and I will sit down with all the photos and the video I have and work on your challenges that you have and what you've requested. Now, take it a step further. I also can Zoom consult the same client. They have dabbled in gifts. They haven't done a lot. And I am curating gift groups for them. Guys, for those of you who aren't sure what to buy and you or don't have time, I'm telling you right now, my superpower is curating groups, like from multiple different retailer or multiple different vendors. That is my superpower. Whether I'm doing it a show or I'm doing it through catalogs here in my library, or whether I am doing it online, like that is my superpower of creating these concepts. And I'm not all about, the thing I will tell you about my buying style is I don't go to a vendor and it's like, I'll take it all. Like, I cherry pick. It pisses some of the reps off, and I'm sorry. But this is the thing. When you are curating a group and you have a very specific feel and what the colors are and what the textures are and what the concept is, I'm not going to go in unless that line is so amazing and every single in it. But I believe in curating. I believe in cherry picking. I believe that multiple vendors create a stronger concept. And all of these items are all meant to work together. So that's my superpower. So if that's what you need help with, and I curate these groups and I show you, I've already seen your store, this is what I suggest you go forward with, because I will tell you right now, and I will ask you, some of you, I've asked for reports because I've already done some of these Zoom consults, and some of them I've asked for reports, and you don't have reporting. This is one of those things that's going to be on your list that you need to look into is open to buy. If you don't know your inventory numbers or you're not sure what's selling, that's going to be one of the suggestions I make. Whether you take it or not, it's your choice. But these are the things that I offer my clients when I'm standing in their store and working with them one-on-one. This will be the same thing that we offer in Zoom. It can't be everything. It's going to have to be, we need help with the floor and merchandising and building up architecture, or we need help with buying and where do we put this, or what's the most important. It'll be different segments, or it can be all of it. It just means more of a commitment. So that's the Zoom consult, 2-hour deep dive. Here are my suggestions. And then we do a follow-up call. And the follow-up call is an hour. It can be probably 2 hours to talk about everything that I've sent you. Are you clear on it? Walk through any of it again with the list. Here's what I've told you. Okay, we're going to walk through the store and we're going to talk about it, like what the changes are, where I'm suggesting, just so you are completely in understanding. And then you take it from there. If it is we want to bring you on and help us like each season or each time, then it's a consult still. We've done the big deep dive. Now it becomes more follow-up calls, and they can be anywhere from an hour to 2 hours. That's your decision. They'll be based on an hourly basis. So that's the exciting thing. Again, I'm dripping water on it. I'm trying to explain more and more because we're going to be rolling it out. I'm guessing we're going to be rolling it out here within the next month and a half. I'm recording this mid-April, so I'm hoping maybe the beginning of June that we will be releasing this. And I don't know. I feel like between what you see on Show Me Your Stores, you know my capability of doing this through a video or phone. Just think about how much of a difference you're going to be able to make with your store. And it costs very, very much. Okay, let me back it up. It is going to cost a lot less than if I'm in your store and doing workshops and I'm there day after day, week after week, whatnot. So it is a way of getting to work with me. It is a way of utilizing my knowledge that I've had in the industry. And it's a way to work on your store without the big investment of having somebody come in all the time. And again, like if you're in Vegas and you want to walk the show with me for the day, I do day appointments and I will take you through my favorite things or help you work on concepting. If you are unsure on, if you're a new store and you haven't bought before, or you are having challenges figuring out what your niche is, like I can do that with you on the Zoom. I can do it with you in person in Vegas. It's the only show that I'm doing in person now, because most of the time when I'm doing these setups, I am there before the show starts. Vegas, I happen to be there during setup, and then I stay till the beginning of the show, and then I will do the show with my retailers. So that is everything. Sorry if I have talked about something that you've heard already before, but this is a big information podcast episode, and the next one's going to be more driven. But again, if you're interested in the email newsletter, I'm not going to call it a newsletter because it's not, but it's basically a blog post that we're going to email you. If you're interested in that, send us your email. You can join the email list on mcdesigncollaboration.com, or you can add it to the retailhorrorpodcast.com website. If you are interested in Zooms, you can send me a DM for now until it is going to be live on the mcdesigncollaboration.com site. There will be a tab that you can go in, pick a time. It will have the explanation of how it works. It will have the details on the pricing. It will have all of that information, so you can go to the website and do that. I will send out an email to everyone for any upcoming webinars webinars that will be free, as well as any paid webinars that I'm talking to other creators about posting. I don't even want to talk about that yet because it's not really in fruition, but that's ideally the plan, that we do either in person or a full day webinar where it's not just Michelle talking, it's other people. So there's that. And that's it. And the last thing is, please, I ask this every single time, please send me any information or stores that you'd like to hear from, or topics that you'd like me to talk about, or our guests to talk about, or guests that you would like to see. Like, all of these things are super important to me for the podcast. And if you want to hear about it, I will do my best. Again, I will ask, if you know the person, please make the introduction. A lot of times I will reach out and get completely ghosted, and I understand why, but it is what it is. So that's it. And last but not least is, please, if you love this podcast, please leave us a review. It helps so much move us up through the lineup of podcasts that are suggested. It helps give us validation that we are doing something that you love, but it's really important for us to have reviews, and it's so appreciated. And that's it. Thanks so much. I will see you guys next time, and keep your eyes out for the blog. The first one that will be coming out, we're going back to the basics, is going to be June 1. And then I don't know what we're covering yet, but June 1 will be the first deep dive into the lessons that I learned at Anthropology and why they're going to make a difference in your store. Bye, guys.